Morning, morning, morning. I'll just wait for it to catch up with me as usual. Now I'm live, maybe, who knows. Happy Monday, hope you've had a lovely weekend. Ours has flown, like, Saturday seemed to take ages and then I don't even remember what happened yesterday. It just disappeared totally. Hope you've got a good week planned out. Did you take any time? Jade can't see us. Hang on, I'll check that we're where we're supposed to be because I don't trust her at all. I can see us, Jade. Yeah, we're good. I don't know why, because you've broken it probably. Are you in the room? Not on the page.
Yeah, it goes out in the group.
Yeah, did you do any planning yesterday? Have you got your week set up? I've got quite a nice week this week compared to last week, which was insane. This week's looking quite nice. So I'm off to co-working as soon as I finish this. So today's session is stop grunting behind me. Today's session is directly from some stuff that people asked. So we did a little poll in one of our monthly meetups and said what would people like us to be talking about. So this one is social media icks and user don'ts. So stuff not to do, and stuff that is icky, that makes us feel a bit weird and we don't like it. So I've got 8 officially. If you're on live and you've got others, jump in, let me know. I would love to hear them. Morning, Jade, Walton, how are you? Are you on co-working today? My comments aren't coming up on here, so I have to keep jumping across. So my first social media ick is, this one made me laugh because I can definitely be guilty here, the oversharer. And this is when it's so clear that it's panic posting, so it's sharing every coffee, every sticky note, every session, rather than thinking about what your clients want to see while still building your know, like and trust. So it's really important that they get to know you as a person. But see if we can start showing them highlights that share your brand story, not everything behind the scenes. And again, some of you will not have a clue what I'm talking about because you don't do it. Some of you might be having a little ick moment. But it doesn't have to be everything. When we're sharing, are we sharing with purpose? Yeah, rather than oversharing the lot. Number 1. I'm just go back and check my comments. You're already at co-working, you little rock star. Is anyone with you? We've got a new lady joining us today who's signed up, so look out for someone looking lost and scared. That's not me. Number 2 on the Icks is tagging everyone just to get seen. Oh my gosh. There are a couple of people in my network and a couple that I really, really respect and like, but when they pop a post out, they tag loads of people. It's icky. It makes me want to untag myself immediately. There are things where you're hashtagging big brands to try and get seen when it's not relevant at all. I don't even know what to say about this one. It's icky. Unless these people have said, yes, you can tag me, yes, I would like to support you, yes, I will help you, please don't go around just tagging everybody in your posts. That's really different from saying, I had a great co-working session this morning, thanks, Jade Walton, and tagging a load of people in that are directly linked to what you're talking about. This is just, I've had my morning cup of coffee, and then tagging shitloads of people into it. It's icky. Icky's I'm gonna be so sick of that word really soon. Number 3, vague big things are coming teasers without actually anything coming. Like something huge is happening and silence for months. Network marketers tend to be guilty of this stuff. And network marketers, some of those are brilliant social media marketers, some are doing really poor practice. But something huge is coming with big eyeballs and then nothing at all. Like, if we're trying to build trust, it's that only start teasing if we've got something actually coming. If you've got something really cool to be sharing with the people that you want to help, remember that consistency builds trust. So this idea that I'm just shouting stuff at you to hope you'll notice me, icky. Okay, number 4, my very worst one, cold DMs to sell. LinkedIn is awful for this, but Facebook can be just as bad. And just an aside on this that's not actually my notes, if you are going to cold DM someone, and let's bear in mind, if you are, it's very likely that you're just copying and pasting the same message to everyone. There are good ways to cold DM. So first of all, cold DM's not my issue, but tailored DMs are what we're looking at. But if you're going to do cold DMs, check what they've posted that morning. So I got one a few weeks ago. I posted that it'd been exactly a year since I'd got diagnosed with cancer, and it was a bit of an emotion post, and it were a weird day, a really, really weird day. And I got this DM that had not checked my profile, not like done any research, totally cold DM, and it really, really, really fucked me off. And it meant I will never want to work with that person, because I was so upset that they'd not bothered to check like what's going on in my life. And that's the thing, like as business owners, we don't necessarily check what's going on in our lives, but it has really put me off this person forever. And it's such a shame, like it's a proper shame. There was no need. And it's this, if you're going to DM someone, you need to know about them, you need to make it personal, you need to engage genuinely at first. Like build a real connection before selling. Cold DMs, can anyone tell me this has ever worked for them, ever? Because it doesn't. Tailored stuff, definitely, absolutely definitely. Do a bit of research on that person. Find something that you've got a connection over and talk to them and engage. Absolutely, I love being sold to if it's a service that will help me, but never cold, and certainly never without checking where I'm at. Like at that point, if I posted something really, really horrible on my own social, don't DM me that day, for God's sake. That was number 4. Number 5, over editing photos. So we all know I talk about being filter free. I was just telling Jade, I looked at some of my Facebook lives yesterday. So over this last year, how my appearance has changed. So I still had long hair this time last year. I've not lost it all yet, but even some of my videos a few weeks ago with how short my hair was, like it's still ridiculously short now, but they're not filtered. They are still genuinely me. I look real. And the same with product photos is this, if you are over editing this stuff or AIing it, you're breaking that trust with your customer. If your product or you don't look like in real life like you do on your socials, immediately you're creating a disconnect and you're losing trust there. So your photography, like clean, bright and true to life, that's it. Whether you like them or not, that might not be the deal breaker. It not looking real, definite ick. If you've got so Jade, you're a perfect example, Walton, sat there. Jade sells cakes, tray baked cakes. They're freaking delicious. We are so lucky when she rocks up with a few for some of our sessions. But they're delicious. Taking photos of them, if you take the most painfully edited photo and then I buy one and it doesn't look anything like that, like the disconnect happens, I lose my trust, and you failed. Like everything you were trying to do, make it look like it actually looks in real life. And they're delicious. Let me be really, really clear. I love Jade Speaks, but I would be put off if they didn't look like they were supposed to look. It's just disappointing. Number 6, arguing in the comments. Ugh, what an ick. And actually, there's sometimes really smart ways that brands do argue. However, they're often big brands that are happy to lose that customer. You have to make your decision on here, because there are arguments that have gone on that I've seen on social media that would stop me wanting to work or buy from the brand that created it. So customers complain, it happens. Fighting back publicly is rarely going to give you a good outcome. Stay professional, thank them, invite them to contact you, message you directly, and handle it offline wherever you can. They say there's no such thing as bad publicity. It's not true. There 100% is. Make your decision on stuff like that. Now, that's really, really different to addressing something that is factually incorrect or completely unfair. But again, that is not the same as arguing with that person in the comments. There is no point arguing with that person. You will bring out all of the trolls. It is absolutely okay to say, however, that thanks so much for this information. This isn't how we interpreted it at the time. Do you want to contact me directly and we'll see what we can resolve? Something more like that, but immediately being able to say this isn't how it played out. There are times when you know it's a jerk of a customer and you might get other people loyal backing you up, but it's still rarely a good tactic. Okay? Creepy engagement is a big ick. I didn't really know what to call this, but yeah, creepy engagement. This liking random old posts from a customer's profile just to get noticed. Yeah, generally it's old posts. Generally it's I've scrolled so far to try and find something in common. There's no need. Like, comment meaningfully on recent posts, but actually meaningfully, like you care, like you understand what they're sharing. Build an actual relationship rather than just weird vibes. I remember, and it's got to be, well, way before Jade was working with me, it's got to be 8 years ago, that I remember being approached by this business, and I don't know if it was called DM. Anyway, I was approached by this business and it was sort of interesting and I could see how it'd work, and then I started getting these likes on lots of old personal, like, Facebook posts and stuff by the person running this business, and it just felt weird and creepy and icky, entirely icky. Doesn't mean that you can't go and look through someone's stuff, definitely, but what's your purpose? Again, what are you doing this for? With all social media, why are you doing this? How does it play into your marketing plan? And my last one is inconsistent branding. I will never ever bang on enough about, if people can't tell it's your post as they are scrolling, then your branding's not on point enough. Whenever you are scrolling social media, if you come to something of mine, you should be able to tell that it's mine. But I see ones, especially ones that are using Canva templates, etc., but without editing them. Canva templates are ace, but without editing them, every post looks like it's from a different business. So do yourself a massive favour, like, brand your stuff. Stick to a simple brand kit, same fonts, same tone of voice, same colours. Like, that is enough to get you noticed. But inconsistent branding, it's really tough to build trust with a business that you don't really know, or you're not really confident that they know who they are. Okay? So, any more questions? Sorry, I started trying to go on to read comments and then I can't see them anymore, and then I got distracted because that's how my brain is. Any questions about any of this, shout up in the comments. If you've got any of your own icks, let me know, because I'm pretty sure there are more than I've covered here. If you're at co-working, I will see you shortly. If you're stuck on social media and you really you don't know what to post every day, we've just launched Social Media Success Formula. So there's a new course, it's an online course that you can buy and do in your own time, but it gives you a day-by-day formula of stuff to post and prompts and brainstorms around how to make this fit perfectly well in your business. But it's basically a 7-day formula that helps you understand how to post something different every day, and it works on this idea of building know, like and trust in your business and making sure that you're actually selling stuff, because loads of my clients don't sell. They think they're selling, but they're not, they're just telling, and that's a really different thing. So I'll ask Jay to pop the link to buy Social Media Success in the comments, but if you want to know anything about it, or if you've got any questions, just drop me a message as always. So if you're co-working, I will see you very soon. If not, and your partner member's called Lou's got co-working on tomorrow afternoon for you. Oh, I skipped everything then. And then I will be back next Monday with our Facebook Live again. I feel like I ain't done one for ages. So yeah, but I'm back next Monday. Alright, have a fabulous week. I hope it's as lovely looking as mine is this week. And I will see you next week.